The Rotary Humanitarian Star Awards for Science, Technology, Aerospace, and Robotics recognize and celebrate scientific achievement that significantly improve the lives of others and the human condition. Our goal as our Rotary Club and what we hope to accomplish is to raise public awareness of scientific advances and the positive impact they have on humanity.
So I was asked to talk about my feelings about why science and technology are so important for the human condition. So I thought about the obligations that we as scientists and physician scientists have. And it's our obligation to inform the misinformed. Science literacy in this country is really a problem. So it's miraculous that you thought about awarding science and health and medical people as well as knowledge sharing. They're all intimately linked. Our other obligation is to use our knowledge to help mankind. It's also our obligation as citizens to correct the misinformation that goes into poor science policy. And I think it's the obligation of our government and our institutions to protect our American competitiveness by thoughtful support of science. And it's finally our duty as physicians and scientists to improve the human condition. But every once in a while, we need a pat on the back. And so here is an example of incredibly persistent people who've done enormous amounts of research and work over long periods of time, and you're going to give them the pat on the back. We have the best medical system in the world for a few people. We still lack equity in regard to access. One of the things that came out of his lab was capturing an arterial waveform using an unmodified iPhone camera. So this will allow people to go out in the field in places where there's no technology and get very sophisticated measurements about the heart.
I think one of them that I'm really proud of it is a device that we invented for cure of glaucoma that we just learned from looking at the eye of a fish and how that one works, and we come up with that device. Right now 100,000 people in this country have that device.
Our next award is for environmental improvement. The award today is given to Daniel Irwin, who was with NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center and was nominated by Dr. Todd May. He's the director of Servir. S-E-R-V-I-R means to serve in Spanish, a satellite-based environmental monitoring system jointly operated by NASA and USAID. And they have a presence in Central America, in Southern Africa, and in the Himalayan regions.
25 years ago, I was working for a conservation organization, and I was sent to Guatemala to map a newly declared reserve. And I decided to dedicate my life to empowering people in the developing world to use satellite information. And we are using satellites to actually forecast the frost. And so the farmers can take action, and we're finding that the money that they're saving, even from a single frost event, can help one small farmer send a child, one of their kids, to school for an entire year.
The next two awards are for disaster relief and recovery. The first awardee is Dr. Torre Nos. This is a man who has dedicated himself to disaster relief. He designed a survival pack that's both a place to get shelter and a place to be fed and watered. A very innovative, easy to transport survival pack. The second award winner in this category of disaster relief and recovery, it's the Sierra Madre Search and Rescue Team. But these people not only help locally, they have taken their expertise to develop technology that's used around the country and around the world to launch a new web portal that supplies search and rescue teams personnel with all kinds of global information tools, educational materials, and there's a virtual community from which they can learn from each other. The last category for tonight is knowledge sharing. We're proud to recognize individuals tonight that have made significant contributions to collaborative knowledge, to the optimal use of knowledge through scientific inquiry or technological advances.
IGEM is an international synthetic biology competition. Cells are computers of the future. Students growing up today understand how these things work, understand what they can do, and understand what it means to build something that's alive, and what the implications of that are for society, for technology. What are the risks involved? What are the things you have to be cognizant of?
It turns out that even the act of combining knowledge in some shared base and sharing stuff seems to be a good way to learn. Now, what if we have, a student who wants to say something but never gets to say it? What if we have a student who's got an interest but never gets to pursue it? What if we have a student who wants to contribute something to the world but doesn't get to do it for whatever reason? What if the community can help make sure that no human potential is wasted, that everyone can live up to their fullest extent? Because isn't that what education's about?